Good morning, it's Starry. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. I hope everything is working sound wise. Well, it says I'm live and there's 7 people, so we'll assume everything is working. Let's take a look at the chat. Silver Scorpion is the first person I see listed in StreamYard, wishing me a Merry Christmas, and I'm sure all the rest of you as well. G Keyman 565, Merry Christmas to all a Merry Christmas, and the same to Donna Reed if she's here. Moon over Miami. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Starry. Donna Reed, I am here. Merry Christmas, everyone. Straight up metal detecting. Merry Christmas, diggers and digettes. And morning, stars lost and found. I wasn't sure I was going to make it here, partially because of the snow, but also partially because I got sidetracked by Tripwire this morning. He put out his mail call, so I watched that and then realized how late it was running. But I made it. Backroad Exploits is here. Stu's metal detecting. Martin Smith. Rune International. Mona. Dinglehopper. Unlocked. Detector. The King. Detector the King needs a wrench. There, Detective King is Detector the King is now blue, and he is Merry Christmas from Denmark, which makes him the third person in this chat from Denmark. Jody Mosby is here. I believe I already said hello to Moon over Miami. Digging Canuck is here. Merry Christmas, Liz. You are amongst the channels listed down in the description to go to after we're done here. And I'll get to that as soon as I reach the bottom of the chat. Doctor Who is here. And I believe that is all. One of the packages that Tripwire received that he did the unboxing on for the mail call today was his winnings from a couple weeks ago from here. And there was 2 orbs, one each, that had a coin in it. And he was kind of confused by those. Those are gotcha balls from Japan. In Japan, there are vending machines that have capsules, and there's even entire stores that are nothing but filled with capsule machines. They have figures from popular animes or popular dramas, or from things that people like to collect. There are plastic beetles or plastic dinosaurs, or in this case, those 2 capsules came from a vending machine meant for coin collectors. So I'll be anxious to watch his vault when he gets that done. And see what the coins were in the gotcha balls. Okay, let's take a look at the description. Things are a little up in the air compared to most days because, well, it's Christmas Day. And Tripwire is bowing out right now because he has family waiting. And if any of you have to go for that reason, that's perfectly understandable. Or in Liz's case, when she has to bow out to get ready for her show. Menardo Rob, I don't know if Charlie will be with him or not, but he'll do an abbreviated show starting at 10 o'clock Eastern, which is just as we get done here, and at the same time that Digging Canuck will be starting her show. There is a link for Digging Canuck's Christmas Coffee with Liz. I do not have a link for Rob's show at this point because he hadn't created his live. Donna Reese says, my family thing is not until noon, and it's only a few blocks away. So, as soon as we're done here, you can split into wherever you wish to go. There is Menardo Rob's will have a shortened show starting at just as I am finishing. Liz will have her normal show just as I am finishing. There's a link to Liz's show. There's a link to Rob's channel if you want to go over there instead. Over at Mayor Video, when Marlon is normally wrapping things up, he's not having his regular show today because he has family commitments and it's Christmas, but he'll have a short surprise giveaway, his final giveaway of 2022 at 12:30 Eastern. I do not know if Guido's has a show today. I didn't see anything. He may be busy with family. It's Christmas Day. This is the off week for the Mercian, so Percy and John are doing Christmas, but privately because next week will be their live at 3 p.m. Eastern. And there is a link in the description for this. Clark's Cove Detecting will be doing their 3-year YouTube anniversary giveaway. I'd appreciate if someone would say Starry Ray going in because I can't be there. That's exactly when my Christmas dinner starts. So hard to be there and not be there. So I made it to the Building 4 studio. You are with me. Let's see if anyone else has shown up this morning. Lockpicking's gal is here. Metal Detecting Brooklyn is here. Yes, last week's Menardo's Christmas giveaway was pure insanity. I was still wrapping up here and putting things away and getting ready to drive across town, and I got several messages from friends who didn't want me to miss out, and I barely got to Rob's live in time to say I'm here to get my winnings. So Shannon is here. Let's go back to live chat. Make sure everyone has their beautiful wrench. So I was saying last week that there are 2 books that are kind of the definitive, even though the most recent one's 15 years old, there's the most definitive authority on Hobo nickels that are out there. There is, after Christmas, I'm going to contact somebody at the original Hobo Nickel Society and get a hold of Elpert's book on Hobo Nichols in the interim for a fairly low price on eBay. I think it was like $6 plus shipping. I've picked up Tokens and Metals, where Elpert has worked with a gentleman named Lawrence Ullman. This is the first edition. It is from 1992, so obviously it's not going to be much good for anything created for Tokens since then, but it's a fairly exhaustive book for its content. The pictures, unfortunately, are all mimeographed or created on a copying machine, so it just is not exactly, but they are legible. The images are fairly clear, even though they're not the highest quality pictures, but that should help to identify any of these. And this is obviously this is written like 10 years before Elpert puts out his book on Hobo Nichols. And so his entire section on Hobo Nichols is summed up right there with not even any pictures. Oh, there are pictures up on the top of the other page, which look like they used a copying machine to create the images off of real nickels. So they're not real clear. But you have to remember this is 1992 and digital cameras didn't exist for the most part outside of television studios. And he is in this referencing the other book by Romines. So I have picked up that book. Adventures in Michigan with Lisa is here. Lisa might even have a copy of this book. I don't know. Chris Capoon is here. Las Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter is here. Wishing everyone good morning and Merry Christmas. Oh. As we have a reduced audience today, I figured I would just take a look. I am not bidding on or purchasing any more Hobo Nichols at this point, just saving my money, especially with the sizable collection I got from that estate sale. But I do have coins that are still coming in. And this is not a Hobo coin, but it's side related. This is a wooden nickel put out by the original Hobo Nickel Society in 2015 to celebrate their 23rd anniversary. I think this is my third Gordon Reistrick coin done in a rather traditional style. And then he has his initials on the back. This is the first coin that I have from Andrew Stevens. He is out of the UK. Between the normal shipping time, which is fairly lengthy between the US and the UK, combined with their postal strike going on, it definitely is slow. I have 3 coins from him that are coming. This is the first one to arrive. It takes George VI and puts a headdress on him. I can almost picture an imperial George VI wearing a headdress. Hard to say if it ever happened, but it did in the fantastic world of Hobo nickels. And that coin is a halfpenny. Let's see if I can show you without the glare of the plastic. It has Britannia there on the back. Tom Riley is in the house. Eagle Eye Prospector is here. Could have sworn I've given Eagle Eye Prospector a wrench before, but maybe it's his first visit. Make sure you welcome him. Make sure you check out his channel. Make sure you check out any channel you don't know. And the final coin. Sorry about that. My drink of choice, as it is on most mornings, is Pure Leaf. This is an unsweetened tea. I have not really used this. This is what you normally see, this red fabric. Once it's magnified in a little coin cam, you end up seeing all that fuzz and everything else. It's so same time period as that halfpenny, except this is a coin produced in what was at the time period called Ceylon. And this is a 10-cent coin from 1944. It says Ceylon across the top. He did not modify the back of the coin at all. And then you had another artist making George VI into a skeleton. Oh, I guess Andrew Stevens did not make him into a skeleton. He just put the Indian headdress on, the Native American headdress on him. In this case, George VI has his crown, but is also a skeleton. And I brought up the camera. To see whether or not it would work for showing you some details on the coin. And it may work a little too well for close-up. There is Johnny Smallpepper is in the house. Good morning and Merry Christmas, if Christmas is your thing. He wishes everyone Merry Christmas and have a Hanukkah. Maybe a little, it serves a purpose. I was fairly certain this is a there it is. This is a coin from a Canadian carver named Sam. Oh. Now I know what his name is. Sam Wall. And as you can see, he made a really intricate skeleton out of King George VI. But you also notice that with all of his coins, he leaves his initial and the number of coin this is. This is his 10th coin. Obviously, he started practicing a lot before he started numbering these, and he is one of the creators. Resolution? I haven't heard from you in ages, sir. Welcome to the Sunday morning stream. And Joe from Michigan Gems is here, as is Stu's Metal Detecting from the UK. So, the main reason I was going to use the coin cam was to show you his initials on there. They are pretty damn small and obscure if you're not looking for them. But Sam Wall is a really talented hobo nickel carver, contemporary, who leaves his initials and his creation number on each one of these. So if he ever gets out around the Brazil level of creating 4,000 coins, then he's going to have a fairly lengthy number there. But Shane from Ohio River History is here. And we're already at 22 minutes in. I am, obviously, you've probably noticed, I am not continuing my history of hobo nickels based on my collection. I'll give you one last look at the skeleton that Sam Wall made out of George VI's face. I don't know that there's anything to see on the back side, but oh, he did modify it. Sam Wall likes to put flowers in. The previous example of a Sam Wall had Queen Elizabeth, and he put flowers in all the O's. And on that coin, he inlaid silver on the center of the coins. In this case, there is no inlay, but he added a flower here in the center of the O on the word Ceylon. If you are not familiar with the name Ceylon, it is probably because it's been called Sri Lanka ever since its independence. But in (1944), there we go. When this coin was minted, it was still part of the British Empire. And it was called Ceylon. So there is my Sam Wall coin that I got in. U.S. Postal Service. He lives near the border between Canada and the U.S. So if someone in the U.S. wins his bid, he can cross the border, mail from the U.S. If someone in Canada wins or somewhere else in the world, he can mail from Canada. So it's a good positioning for that purposes. Let me show you, see how a close-up of the Gordon Reistrick always puts his initial on the back of the coins. So we have his GR. You might think that's an CR, but the curved top of the R and the distinction making it from a C into a G combined to make that there. And then he has, I always have a hard time with directions with remote things like this. So thank you for your patience. He has, that is not his 22nd creation. That is just to designate it was created in 2022. And this is done, as I said, in the traditional Hobo nickel style. Gordon generally does deep carves, which means he completely removes the figure that was there and creates from whole cloth his carvings. So most Hobo nickel carvers will use the face that is already there on the Hobo nickel and modify it to create their figure. And Gordon will completely remove the I do not have the carving tools nor the skills to make Hobo nickels, so I will not be doing a demonstration in the future. Christopher Ty seems to be a new name. I do not recognize that name. I'll have to look up your channel once we are done here. But I have given you a blue wrench that you can post your link. And you can also now click on any of the other channels and choose to go to channel to check out their channel, which is a neat talent, a neat ability that they gave moderators. And Ficus and Toast is in the house saying, "Morning, Joe. Merry Christmas." No, the G in this case stands for Gordon. And the R it's interlinked with is Reistrick. So, name of the artist. And T-Rep Adventures is here. We recognize T-Rep Adventures, I believe, from Adventures with Goat that was on last night during his giveaway. Tom Kingery is here. I thought I gave T-Rep moderator show. There, now it should have stuck. Yes. Yeah, the turtle and the Day of the Dead skull are both items from a channel that I support on Patreon. He was in Guatemala when he picked those items up and sent them to me. So I believe when the card came with the turtle, he said that it was sustainably harvested. He went to a tourist window and picked it up from a woman that had made them. So, and sitting with the turtle is a card. If you checked out my mail call, you'll recognize it. This is from Adventures in Michigan with Lisa. It says free ticket. Not good for anything, just free. And also new over here is I got in my Menardo Maniac, which is number 50 out of 50. So that's signed Menardo Rob. It's a humble little studio, but it's a work in progress. 907 Outdoors Adventures is here from Alaska. As is, not as is, because Marty's is nuts about digging, is in Canada. But he is here as well. So, good morning to both of you. I believe I covered everything I was going to cover. That's always my problem here. I have an idea, though, to compare things. Okay. This is a Brett Pearson hobo nickel done in traditional style, although he removed both either the Liberty and the date were not there, or he removed them. Traditional coins will do their best to leave the date and the word Liberty intact, although Bose, Mint, or Bert would remove the LI and the Y on Liberty and make it Bert, so you knew it was his coin. But as you can see, this is modifying the existing figure on the coin as opposed to Gordon's coin, which admittedly, Gordon's coin takes a lot more talent in some ways as you're creating your figure out of whole cloth. You're creating a flat canvas and making something new. How is the weather in my Rune International asked me how the weather is in my area. The wind has died down, so that's the good part. It had been blowing steady and hard for Thursday and Friday and part of Saturday, such that the wind chill was constantly sitting minus 40 degrees. And if you're familiar with centigrade or Celsius or Fahrenheit, you know that minus 40 is the temperature at which they're both agree on something. So it was bitterly cold out. It is below zero outside, but the winds have calmed. It's perfectly calm outside, and it is actually supposed to have a bit of a warm up, but it's going to get slightly above freezing, and the warm south air that is going to raise the temperatures, unfortunately bringing moisture with it, so we're going to get rain, freezing rain, and snow all mixed together. So it's going to be some wonderful stuff leading into New Year's Day. It's currently minus 6 Fahrenheit. I think the conversion on that was minus 21 Celsius. Just a moment. I'll be right back. Let's see. Johnny Snowpepper says it's 77 degrees there, so 0 degrees Celsius in Nova Scotia for Marty. And Unlocked said it is 11 degrees Celsius for him, so a lot of variety up there. And Chris Capoon is currently at 55. It is in the 6 o'clock hour for him. And once the sun is up, he's getting up into the 80s. So. Tripwire is back saying, I'm back. The whole family is watching Starries. Let me see. What else can I talk about during our remaining time? We took a look into close up on Sam Wall's coin. I am no expert in this. Just an avid collector and have read a bit. But as far as I can tell, this entire trend of making skulls is one of the features of contemporary or modern hobo nickels. I do not know of any traditional nickel made before 1980 that is that has the skulls to them. So. But people have certainly made that into their own art form as part of the modern hobo nickels. So. Digging with Bldg is here. Let me see, we have 28 people and combined. 23 of them are over on Starry's Lost and Found, and 5 people are over on Starrylock. If I could still pick a lock worth a darn, I would make more videos for Starrylock so the channel wouldn't languish. I thank you for the people who are still going there. And I thank the people who are showing up over on Starry's Lost and Found. I know both channels are pretty much just shout outs and mail calls and this Sunday Live. Probably stay that way until it gets warm out. See, Happy Chappy is here. This is Tin Man Magnet Fishing. And see, Happy Chappy needs a blue wrench. Yeah, running 2 channels can be tricky. I wouldn't recommend it if you have an option. I sort of created Starry's Lost and Found because there were people in the Locksport community that kept pushing the idea of a pure channel, Locksport only. But I didn't really do anything with it until the first time YouTube took away Starrylock from me. And then that lasted, I think, 3 weeks. They never got back to me as to what the problem was, why this channel had been suspended. And then after about 3 weeks, it mysteriously appeared. I didn't really create anything still on Starry's Lost and Found. I think at that point I had my very first video on that channel is seeing the effects of dry ice on a Stirling engine. Wasn't a very good test because I didn't have very much dry ice, so it didn't create quite the temperature difference it needs to really get that engine going. And then when they took away Starrylock a second time, that's when I really started. You'll see some of the early videos in Starry's Lost and Found are shoutouts for Starrylock as well as mail calls for Starrylock, because I was doing both channels' activities in the one channel and then transferred over the Starrylock material over to that channel when it was restored again. They haven't repeated that, so I have no idea what the cause of that was. Even the second one, they didn't bother to say anything as far as why are they doing this. Oh, you're down to 18 minutes left. Let's raise the camera and spin it so you can see me here this morning. Not exactly properly positioned, but it's an improv thing, so you momentarily saw the back of computers. This is not only my building 4 studio, this is my building in which I build computers for my work. I am Zaxxon is here. If I failed to say hello to you earlier, I am sorry. Who else came in? Backroads Hillbillies is here. As is a channel called Delicious Compromises by Bldg. Bldg says, yeah, I didn't want to put cooking recipes on my treasure hunting channel, so I created this one for cooking, gardening, and miscellaneous. So, now we know about another channel by Bldg, if you didn't know about it already. Which I obviously didn't, and many of you didn't, because she only has 22 subscribers on that channel. And Audra from Jersey History Hunter is here, saying she has 3 channels. Johnny Smallpepper says he also has 3 channels. So there's more than a few people who are juggling multiple channels. Jersey History Hunter wishes us all Merry Christmas. And why do I keep clicking on my YouTube to give people? Well, that's where I would do it. Oh, I know what I was trying to do. I have front shimmed cheap Chinese brassy, and I went to pull the shim out and pulled the whole plug. Yeah, things can get messy. 508 Magnets is here. I was just getting ready to call it a day, and everyone's showing up. As we are now up to 34 people. 25 of them on Stars Lost and Found, 9 over on Starrylock. I'll take this opportunity to go over down in the description. You'll find links to other events. I have not seen a notification yet for Rob. He said he was going to do a live around 10 o'clock Eastern. It's a shortened video because he has family because of, well, Christmas. Liz is doing her normal hour-plus show starting at 10 o'clock Eastern. There is a link in the description going to her channel and her video. There is a link to the random holiday giveaway from Mayor's video that will happen at 12:30 Eastern. That is his final giveaway. He's had a couple of these so far this Christmas season where he's given away a Christmas card along with a poker chip. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern, Clark's Cove is doing their 3-year YouTube anniversary giveaway. That will be a live, and there is a link to that as well. So if you choose to go over to Liz's channel, make sure you say Starry Raid. I'm not sure Liz pays attention to it. I've never heard her say anything to recognize it, but she's, like me, is a very busy person trying to handle the entire live by herself. At least Marlon 99% of the time has tripwire or a visiting co-host, and Rob generally, I think almost always, has Charlie there to help him, so that is a big help for people. And I have not seen Guido's this morning in this chat, and I couldn't find a Sunday Hangover Sunday from him, so I am not sure if he's doing a live or not. If he does one, it'll be about the same time that Marlon is starting his giveaway video. So, but there is a link to Guido's channel as is there to Rob's, so that you can keep your eye open for their live if you are interested in that. Jody Mosby is here. If I have failed to say good morning to you, I am sorry, but I am doing it now. Did he say 11? Okay. I don't know. It's in his if you go to Rob's channel, you can go to his community tab, and that's where he has his post telling you the time for that. Bud Files is here. I assume that is probably Sue. So good morning, Sue. And Merry Christmas to all. Unless there's any questions about my new Hobo Nickels or the topics I covered, I think I'm going to let you go. That'll give you the time to hunt down Rob and see if he has the link to his live posted. I told him I would send people his way for a Starry raid. So when you get there, if you go, make sure that you say Starry raid. Rob and Charlie both mentioned those. And seems very appreciative of getting them, so I appreciate you going over there. I can't always at 9 o'clock. Well, it's 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock his. Get to his chat right away, so you're my heralds and shared community members. And I really appreciate everyone who has shown up this morning. The numbers have died down a bit, probably because I've just been, talking. We will go back to New Year's Day. I will go back to covering some of the history of hobo nickels, concentrating on contemporary hobo nickels, as that is what I have the coins for. I do not possess any traditional hobo nickels. There are people who claim to be selling them, but I don't know enough to know the fakes from the real ones. So I'm staying clear of that. If I have the good fortune of getting to Florida to go to the Florida United Numismatics, well, anyway, that big annual convention in January is where the original Hobo Nickel Society does their annual auction. They actually have carving demonstrations, carving lessons. You get to meet various modern carvers. You get to see coins from people's collections, and they have an auction with both contemporary and traditional hobo nickels. And they have experts who know what to look for and can tell the difference between a fake and a real coin, or a real and a fake, or even tell the difference between a traditional coin and carving and contemporary. I'm rattling, I'm sorry. David G says, Merry Christmas, everyone. And Detecting Scotland is here again this week. As far as I can tell, everyone has received their giveaway items. So that was a successful 750. I'm sitting at 862. My pace has slowed, but I'm still continuing an upward climb. I have 138 subscribers to go till I get to 1K. When I get to 1K, I'll start using the redirect feature so that I can redirect my live into another one. That way I can send you straight to Rob or straight to Liz's. I'll need to contact them because you need permission in order to do that, which makes sense. But for now, I will have to send you on your merry way to either join your family or join one of the other lives. I have some things here in Building 4 I need to wrap up, like turning the heat back on. Because like Marlon, I have to shut the heater off in this building when I do this live. Otherwise, you primarily hear the roar of the blower on the furnace. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a Merry Christmas. Carla Ainsworth has joined us. I think I recognize that name, but I'll give you a wrench so that while we're wrapping up, you can post your link if you'd like. Past and present metal detecting is here, and you have a wrench. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Decemberween. I'd never heard of that one until this year. But so. And Tripwire's heading over to Digging Canuck. You might as well head over to Digging Canuck and keep your eyes open for when Rob does his shortened show today. I'm not sure when it's starting, so take care, everyone. and we will see you soon.